Romans 16 and 17, you know, thank the Lord. Romans 16 and 17. For they that are such, matter of fact, Romans 16 and 17, I'm sorry. Now I beseech, no Lizzie, no. Romans 16 and 17. Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine which you have learned, and avoid them. See, a lot of y'all don't do that. See, now he sat back and he say, those that have come and they cause divisions, he say, mark them. Now, how would you be able to mark somebody that will come and be able to, who come and make offenses contrary to the doctrine which you learn and avoid them? Let's look at Deuteronomy 18 real fast. Deuteronomy 18. I seen some niggas, I guess I got to show you that too. No, Leo. Niggas around here talking about the serpent in the garden with the white man. That got to be the dumbest thing I done seen in a long time. I wish I could say I didn't hear it, but I wouldn't have told y'all that if I didn't. Deuteronomy 18 and 20. He say, but the prophet which I presume to speak a word in my name, which I have not commanded him to speak, or that shall speak in the name of other gods, even that prophet shall die. And if thou shalt say in thy heart, how shall we know the word which Yah have not spoken? When a prophet speak in the name of Yah, the thing follow not, nor come to pass. That is the thing which Yah have not spoken. But the prophet that have spoken it presumptuously, thou shalt not be afraid of him. Now he just told you to mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary. Because you remember Deuteronomy 13, he tell you about if somebody come and they work a sign and a wonder that come to pass, don't believe them. But do what I told you to do. You remember the example of what we looked at in the law of somebody who didn't do that? Y'all remember what is it? You remember what is it? Not just with Eve. I'm talking about somebody I gave you. You were told something by Yah. Somebody came and told you something different. Remember that the man of Judah came and that man said, I'm a prophet too. He said, come on back, get some bread and walk. He said, but you know what Yah told you to do. You know what I'm saying? See, the serpent didn't come work no sign and wonder. You know what I'm saying? This to just prepare y'all when that false prophet come that say he gonna work many signs and wonders in front of the people and deceive people. See, if you know the law, there's no way he would be able to get you. Remember, we done went over that before. You know what I'm saying? Because we know what Yah said. So you bringing some fire down from heaven don't impress me, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But for some people, guess what that's going to do? That's going to impress them. They're going to fall for it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people be like, how can you do that? You can't mark people. You can't do that. Book tell us we ought to mark them that cause offenses. You know what I'm talking about? Cause division. Contrary to what I've been taught. Then let him know. Don't fool with that nigga. He crazy. You know what I'm saying? Don't fool with it. Verse 18. For they that are such serve not our Lord Yahshua HaMashiach, but their own belly, and by good words and fair speeches deceive the hearts of the simple. Now you got Eve. See, now you see how it worked. I told you niggas say the serpent was...
You went back to Romans? You went back to Romans?
Yeah, we went back to Romans 16. My apologies. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You start reading.
Yeah, my apologies. Because I was already flipped back. I just didn't mention flip back. My apologies. Let me read that Romans 16 and 18 one more time. Stop running. Go ahead.
Don't you come over here follow up with me.
All right. We appreciate you. Now we all right. We appreciate you. It's all good, brother. We preaching now, so we got to roll. Romans 16 and 18. For they that are such serve not our Lord Yahshua HaMashiach, but their own belly, and by good words and fair speeches deceive the hearts of the simple. Now we can go back and look at Eve. Let's see if he came with fair speech to deceive this simple-minded woman. Why you think? Now remember how you see how the Lord working in Genesis 3 and 1. Remember how we talking about how them niggas were dropping all them drugs and them crab pots and in that liquor, and y'all women be so simple because you think that's how a lot of women get got because they be so simple. He wouldn't do that to me. Nigga done been giving you his butt. Somebody got to mute your phone. I don't need to hear all that stuff in the background. Nigga give you your butt to kiss. And you steady don't think he ain't gonna hurt you. He wouldn't do that. I'm telling you, don't be gullible now. Don't be stupid. But you know how he said? He said he get them because they serve not the Lord, but their own belly. Remember how we just looked at that the other day in Philippians 3? He said they enemies of the cross. He said they don't serve God, they serve their own belly. And I'm going to show you something now. I'm going to just show you what I mean now. He said, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which Yah had made. And he said unto the woman, yea, God hath said, you shall not eat of every tree of the garden. And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God hath said, you shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, you shall not surely die. For God doth know that in the day you eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and you shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. You see how he came with some nice good words and nice fair speech to try to deceive her? You see how he did it? Now hold on now. Let's look at Revelation 12 and 9, because these niggas say this the white man. Or then they turn around and say it wasn't the white man, it was the spirit of the white man. Nigga, please. That got to be the dumbest thing a nigga say back. That wasn't the white man. These niggas is literally teaching that the serpent in the garden was the Caucasian. And they claim Caucasians in Esau. And Esau wasn't born till a long time after this. So then to try to clean it up, you try to say he had the same spirit. But we just gonna kill, but we gonna kill all that there, because we gonna see who this man say, who these people are. Who could it be? Because he said, right, your God is your belly, right? Let me show you something now. Revelation 12 and 9. And that great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. So Revelation say the serpent is the devil. And we could go back to Genesis chapter 3. Y'all do know, right? In Galatians chapter 1, when we just read the other night, where Paul said, if any man come with anything different, whether it be a spirit or an angel from heaven, let him be accursed. So we know from lining up with the law what Satan is then. Let's go ahead and read it just because nigga don't think we just talking. I don't want nobody to think we just talking. You think a nigga think we just talking? Yeah, somebody might think we just talking. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and look in Galatians chapter 1. Nigga might think we just talking. You know what I'm saying? You know, niggas be mad. Galatians, you know what I'm saying? Niggas say, what you mad for? I'm going to tell you why I'm mad, son. Niggas say, my precepts more John Blaze than his. Galatians 1. Galatians 1 and 6. He said, I marvel that you are soon removed from him that called you into the grace of the Messiah unto another gospel, which is not another. See, I'm going to show y'all something. Hold on. See, say to the grace of the Messiah to another gospel. So what was the grace given to Adam and Eve in the garden then? I need to make sure y'all know that. Huh? Let's look and see. Let's look at Genesis chapter 2. And let's see what that grace would have been. No, he said remove. See, they had been removed from that gospel by the time he clothed them. They had already disobeyed. He said, I hope you don't be removed from the gift that's in the Messiah to be removed from another gospel. That means there was a gift for them before Satan came in, didn't it? We got to see what that gift was. Verse 14 or 15. Well, let's look at verse 8. And Yah planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the man whom he had formed. And out of the ground made Yah to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good for food, the tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And the river went out of Eden to water the garden, and from thence it parted and became in the forehead. Now let's drop down to verse 15. And Yah took the man and put him in the garden of Eden to dress it, to keep it. And Yah commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden thou may freely eat, but the tree of knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat of it. For in the day that thou eat thereof, thou shalt surely die. So we can see the gift of the grace that he was given was every other tree in the garden. Then what? Specifically what? The tree of life. That was the grace of the Messiah right there. They turned from it. Because if they would have stayed in it, they could have had a chance to partake in that, couldn't they? They might have had an opportunity. Come on back. See, you got to sit back and look at that. If we say in Galatians chapter 1 talking about Satan, then we got to be able to know is, what is that grace that was in the gospel that they had before? Hey. Don't you do that. I can stare you down longer than you can. Verse 7. Which is not another, but there be some that trouble you and will pervert the gospel of the Messiah, as we just seen Satan do. But though we, and it's funny that the first thing he mentioned, or an angel from heaven, preach any other gospel unto you than that what we have preached unto you, let him be accursed. Come on back to Genesis chapter 3. Now, why would he mention an angel, and we read in Genesis chapter 3 that this man came with fair speeches to deceive the simple? Y'all niggas be online. Y'all be seeing how these niggas be getting deceived, and y'all be want to be Captain Save-A-Ho and run and try to save a nigga. Let that nigga drown. Let him drown. You don't say nothing to him. Because you know what I'm saying? Because y'all gotta see, you got to know when to pick your battles. You know what I'm saying? If a nigga around there getting a nigga with some nonsense and you see they going for it, I'm gonna leave that nigga alone. And at least if you gonna say something to him, you come to him later on one-on-one, because you ain't gonna get nowhere in no out front argument. It's not gonna work how you think it's gonna work. How many times y'all done been in that situation and y'all did that and it worked out like you thought it was, or you hoped it was, and ain't never work out there? It ended up being, you know what I'm saying? And you ended up doing more harm than good, didn't you? When you could have just seen the dude and be like, hey man, that nigga was lying to you. You know, I did a woman like this here. Come on, lady just was telling me about the girl the other day, because I knew her before I even knew T. And the nigga she ended up going and following behind in Chicago, I told her. I said, don't mess with that nigga. That nigga crazy. Don't listen to him, because my sister Nell knew it too. Both of us were telling her, like, inbox. So I tell her, I'm like, yeah. I said, I ain't get on the post because I know the nigga crazy. He gonna want to argue. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, the nigga don't know what he talking about. You can go look at these verses for yourself, and you can determine for yourself. You know what I'm saying? That stupid nigga ended up going up there. Nigga treated her like a raw animal. Came back and say the nigga was a monster. Now the girl don't even mess with the word no more. You know what I'm saying? Now she done went and got married, messing with a dude. Now she finna divorce him. Now you want to act like you want to come back to the word. But maybe the word would have been in her heart. But because she went behind following a stupid nigga,
come on now, Lee.
And the things that he was doing, it removed it out. You know, y'all don't be realizing stuff you can do can turn people away from the word. That man treated that woman very horribly. You know what I'm saying? When you got to feel like you got to escape and you don't want a nigga to know where you at, now the nigga who did that to her, he don't even be on Facebook no more. That nigga used to be on Facebook going hard. Then the nigga ended up homeless. All type of foul stuff started happening to him. Y'all just, yeah, you got to catch it. You know, hey man, but hey, it is. And then y'all used to ever see that Great Awakening all the time. Nigga posting all that stuff, going hard all the time, 2-3 years back. You don't see that nigga no more do it. Nigga gone. Yeah, that nigga there. That's who we're doing it. Verse 14 of the 3rd chapter of the book of Genesis. Make it 12. So we seen the fair speeches that he deceived this woman with. And it says, and the man said, the woman thou gave to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat. And Yah said unto the woman, what is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. Hold what you got, 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 9. We good in Galatians chapter 1. This woman just said, I was beguiled. Say, he got me. That nigga got me. How many of you women gonna be bold enough to say a nigga got you? I know a lot of y'all ain't gonna. A lot of y'all too proud to admit a nigga fooled y'all. Some of y'all got fooled out your cookies, and then you sat up looking crazy. I ain't talking about no man. I'm talking about a woman got. Nigga got you out your vagina. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I know. I know. Ain't. Yeah, I know a lot of these women ain't gonna come out, and of course they ain't gonna speak right now. But I know some of them got the face like, yeah, that nigga got me out my vagina too. I don't know how I went for that one there. That nigga got me too. and they were probably like, and it wasn't even that good. He got me. He got me. So guys, this here. Some of them got swindled out that cash. You know what I'm talking about? Nigga talk real good to you. Nigga will buy that nigga all type of stuff. You know what I'm talking about? Give him your money. You know what I'm talking about? You like this here. You turn and ask that nigga and be like, hey man. You know what I'm saying? Nigga be like, hey man, I need some money for this here. That nigga be like, what you telling me for? Some of y'all done got the ultimate guy. You got pregnant. Nigga look at you like, what you telling me for? Ain't none of my baby. That's that hurt right there. That's the worst one. You know what I'm saying? That's the worst one. When you know that nigga was going up in your Kojak like that, they're just dropping seed everywhere. That nigga look in your face. I don't know what you telling me for. Ain't none of my baby. You know what I'm saying? I did a woman like that, but I wasn't sleeping with her. So I was like, well, I don't know what you telling me for. She came to me, I'm pregnant. I looked at this nigga like, what you telling me for? You know it ain't none of mine. Literally, I ain't touched you. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't that she would it was how she said it. You know what I'm talking about? She didn't say like, you know, hey, I'm pregnant. Yeah. She came told me like I was supposed to be concerned with the matter as if it was my child. I let that be known real fast. Shoot, ain't none of my baby what you telling me for.
Man, nigga feel bad about herself.
Huh?
Man, nigga feel bad about herself, huh?
Yeah, no. Hey, this was the girl who told that to me. That was my nigga. We were tight. It's different. You come tell me, hey, I'm pregnant. Hey, good for you. You know what I'm saying? You 16 years old. I don't know what you're gonna do, but good for you. That nigga came and told me that like I was a daddy. I ain't slept with you, literally. Like ain't even no possibility of chance. Like I ain't came nowhere near your vagina. You know what I'm talking about? What is you telling me for? I looked in the face and said, what you telling me for? They got nothing to do with me. Shoot. I got enough stuff on my own. I got enough stuff on my plate. Talking about you telling me what you want me to do. Better call that nigga. Sure what I'm talking about. That's all I can tell you. You know, I was young. I was 19, man. So, you know what I'm saying? She was 16. But that was my nigga. So, it's just how she did it, though. That's just the first thing clicked in my mind. Ain't nothing matter what you telling me for. Straight up. But, you know, that's that worst one, though. I done seen girl got like, man, shoot. Nigga who, my cousin, nigga who impregnated with her first son. Boy, that nigga did her like that. Ain't none of my baby. What? You know what that nigga say, I want a blood test. You know what my cousin told him? Whenever you ready, nigga. That was gangster right there. You know what I'm saying? That's how, see, like, because I'll be honest with you, man. I don't put nothing past nobody. Blood relatives and all. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff, you be like, oh, that's my sister. I know, shoot, your sister could be the biggest hole in the block. You'd have had your eye closed to it. You know what I'm talking about? Shoot. Boy, I seen my cousin say, shoot, nigga. Whenever you're ready, I'll say, yeah, that's his baby. That's boldness right there. You know what I'm saying? When a woman be like this here, she don't say stuff like that when she ain't show. When she know that it is, boy, cuz wasn't smiling, eyes ain't blank. Whenever you ready, nigga. I say, yeah, that's it, baby. That's yours. That's yours. But I don't need no test. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no test. When I heard her say that, I need no test.
You said that was the test, huh?
Niggas still say it ain't here after the test. But I'm just saying, though, you can look at some women, when they get put on that spot, niggas say, I want a blood test. They be like, oh. When Ebony thought she was pregnant when I was young, she didn't even know she was pregnant yet. I just told her, look here, my nigga. I ain't saying the baby ain't mine. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is, if you are, oh yeah, I need DNA test, without question. Without question. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying I ain't gonna do nothing, but I need that. Oh, my friend said you was gonna say it wasn't your, I don't care what your friend said. Won't get me stuck taking care of baby ain't mine. I'm trying to tell you, I come out about 2, 3, 4 years later, find out ain't none of my baby, boy, you get an elbow in your throat.
What?
You know what I'm saying? I had a homeboy, that happened to him.
Yeah, I bet you that don't suck.
That happened to him. My homeboy was taking care of a little boy for almost 5 years before he found out it wasn't him.
Shoot, I can't even deny mine. Mine was exactly like me.
That's devastating. You know what I'm saying? That's devastating.
Not mine if I wanted to.
You know what I'm talking about? Nigga come up in the cut, be like this here. Oh, I want a DNA test. And that woman look you in the face and be like, whenever you're ready, nigga. Don't go and save your money, man. Save your money. Save your money. You know what I'm saying? Don't spend it. Don't save your money. You know what I'm saying? Save your money. And if you really want it and you want to take a trip to New York City, you know, you can call Maury, put a couple $100 in your pocket. You get a free trip. You know what I'm talking about?
You know, act a fool.
You can act a fool if you want it, or you can just play the role and don't get what he look for. So, are you the daddy? It's possible. I did sleep with him. You know what I'm saying? So what's going on? I don't know what's going on, more. Just let me get them results. I appreciate your hotel accommodations. See, I would have been the type of nigga to do that. Yeah, I ain't even going on there to act a fool. This is a free trip to New York City. And a couple $100 in your pocket. And I ain't got to pay for the DNA test. See, y'all niggas don't know how to save no money. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, I go on more like this here. Let's go, girl. Shoot. Shoot. We already agreed to pay for the test. That way I ain't got to pay. We can go to New York, maybe get a little shopping on. You know what I'm saying? And they pay you. Y'all don't even know they pay you to go on them shows, do it? Y'all ain't know that deal. Yeah, they pay you about $500. Some of them pay you a band. When you look at them credits, when them shows go off, they show you, they pay you to go on them. That's why you see all the niggas. Why you think some of the niggas go on there 4, 5, 6, 7 times? Shoot, that's a come up. So that's a come up. That hoe say, this my 9th man, you slut hoe. I'm talking about, I know you ain't got no walls. I seen a picture today, niggas say, a regular woman, 1 finger. That nigga say average, 2, that nigga say friendly, 3, that nigga say no wall, nigga had a whole fist. That bad for Benny, you ain't got no wall, nigga fit a whole baby. I'm talking about nigga just step in and move in. Nah, you passed that. That thing just done. I got girls, I went to high school like that. 1 Timothy 2 and 11. I ain't being funny though, that bad for Benny, but you don't want to get like that. I had a homegirl tell me, she said, I'd cry if a man told me I was loose. I said, keep your legs closed, you won't have to worry about it. Yeah, we were about 19, she was probably about 18. I said, keep your legs closed. You gonna cry if a nigga tell you lose. Only way you'll cry doing that mean you busting it wide open every chance you get. Everybody taking a spin on the tilt-a-whirl. You ain't got no shame. Say 1 Timothy 2 and 11. That's why y'all better thank the Lord for the word. Y'all be wanting this here, man. I'm telling you, boy. Woo-woo. What you say? Because some of y'all already know, boy. Y'all already know. Some of y'all already got some miles on you. Some of you been done had too many miles on you. Be like this here, man. Go and put that thing in the junkyard.
Scrappy. Thank you.
It's over. You know what I'm saying? It's over. It's over. Nigga like this here, we can't even get this rebuilt or nothing. Nigga say you can't tour the all dominant bite. Nigga say I want the badger facts. Nigga say you don't want the badger facts on this one here, sir. Nigga say that's a limit. And you know what I'm saying? Y'all might, I know it sounds rough though, but see, so some of y'all ain't like this here. That's why y'all women ought to value your body, boy. I'm trying to tell you, man, y'all can think you're pretty. You can think you can have all this here going on, all the degrees and nice paying job and all this type of stuff like this here, man. But truth be told, don't no man want the fun time girl. Not for a while. I'm being honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all this here if ain't nobody else gonna tell you. Don't nobody want the fun time girl for a while. Nobody. You know why I tell you this here? Because a lot of the girls I went to school with, now we getting close to 40, you know what I'm talking about? And all of them looking for love now. They had somebody who loved them when we were young, but they wanted to get on the tilt-a-whirl. Now they want somebody to love them. That thing go down and used up. Nobody don't want you now. Nobody don't want you. Nobody don't want you. It's harsh. Hey, I'm telling y'all this because I'm just being honest with you. As harsh as it may sound, nobody don't no dude really want that. You know what I'm saying? He don't really want that for a while. You know, a lot of y'all women look at it in the reverse. A woman wouldn't be upset if the man she was with had a whole bunch of women, because you gonna look at him as he had some sexual prowess or that he was attractive, because that many different women would want to sleep with him. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't look at it how a man look at it, because it's different. Because he's penetrating and not being penetrated. You know what I'm saying? A man look at it different. Man, she been penetrated 1 time, 2 minutes from my table. Yeah, I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest with you. I know it sound hard. I know it sound rough, but that's just reality. That's just reality. Don't let these niggas fool you. I remember we were talking about when them niggas were talking about, oh man, all them little wild tales niggas be saying, talking about, oh, you know, she got some good vagina. Man, nigga come up with anything to use a way to get in and have slick sex with you. You know what I'm talking about? Oh yeah, boy, she got a lot of kids. I know her stuff good. They ain't got nothing to do with nothing. No, I talked to y'all about that once before. That just, niggas just say anything. Now go to that beguiling. A nigga will say anything to deceive the hearts of the simple. Don't be crazy now. You know, y'all know that, but I started with that though.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
You got it. That's why. Boomerang
Yeah.
starts there, right?
Yeah.
When you toss it, it go.
Yeah, it come all the way back now. You know what I'm saying? I'm been telling you now, I'm telling you. I'm talking about, y'all got a lot of things that are precious. But the most precious thing you women possess is what's in between your legs, because your self-respect and how a man view you is tied into that. You know what I'm talking about?
Indeed.
You keep that thing closed, boy. Better get your chastity belt. You know what I'm saying? And don't be around here so stupid looking for love you can take up for anything. I know some of you niggas daydream. Some of y'all, I'm going to tell you what a lot of women probably, they in love with the notion of being in love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you something like this here. You know, love is nice, it's all well and good. But man, that stuff ain't what y'all think it is. That daydreaming and that TV stuff y'all be looking at. It's gonna be days your woman gonna get on your last nerve and that man gonna get on your last nerve.
Preach.
You know what I'm talking about? It's gonna be days you gonna want to be just like that. Yeah, it's gonna be days y'all gonna be like that man who I had on my shirt yesterday, Macho Man Randy Savage. You want to get on the top rope, drop him with a flying elbow drop. Boom! Then get up and say, snap into a Slim Jim. You know what I'm talking about? You like, hell, I'm finna beat this nigga. I just being honest, man. Ain't what you think. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot of happy days, but it's gonna be a lot of rough times. A lot of times you're gonna be at each other's throat. You know what I'm talking about? All that hugs and kisses and champagne wishes and fluffy clouds and all that stuff, holding hand, lovey-dovey, man. That's not reality, man. It's not gonna be like that every day.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
That'll probably happen once a month.
It's not gonna be like that every day, because you know what you silly niggas don't be thinking about? Niggas gotta get up and go to work, then y'all gonna start having children, you gonna have a house to keep, and guess what? It don't go down like that.
Boy.
Nigga, this ain't the Cosby Show. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that nigga preaching.
I'm telling y'all something, man, that's not reality, man. That's what ends up happening. That man got to go get up and go to work to take care of your behind and them kids. You know what I'm talking about? Then you mess around, have kids, then you chasing behind these niggas all day. Then guess what happened? You like this here. I need to call, man, I wish my mom was in the world. Somebody need to come get these bastards. I need some time by myself. I'm tired of love. I'm going to kill one of these niggas. This nigga right on my wall one more time. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man, y'all have a false perception of reality, man. You get married, guess what? Getting freaky ain't going to change nothing. If you niggas upset and bills due, ain't none of that stuff going to do nothing. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all, I'm telling y'all, man, y'all watch so many TVs and those old garbage romantic movies, some of you lifetime watching niggas, and y'all think that's reality. I'm for real, man. That's how they deceiving the hearts of the simple. Because they know, man, I'm telling you, man, they know y'all women are emotional creatures. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They know that y'all have that fantasy notion of love and desire that and want that. And then y'all end up crafting these images of love, and that's what y'all want your relationship to be like. You know what I'm saying? Some old fantasy fairy tale where it's just lovey-dovey every day. These people don't really show you how the nigga be sitting in the house. Man, shoot, well, I just worked a 16-hour shift, and you come to me talking about, why don't you ever talk to me? Why don't I talk to you? Now they say, when these lights on and that food in the refrigerator, that's enough talking. I'm going to sleep. You know what I'm talking? Straight up. You know what I'm saying? Like this here, I seen a dude say his wife told him, you don't love me, you ain't buy me nothing for Valentine's Day. That nigga say, is the rent paid? You got some clothes in the closet? Then they say, yeah, that's your Valentine's Day gift, nigga. Get out my face. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't think about that type of stuff, though. You know what I'm saying? Because you know why? Because you ain't the one working that shift. Then you sit back, then the man be sitting back looking at it, he want to sit, then he realize, shoot, that woman been here all day with all these children. You know what I'm saying? And she got to work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Them niggas get up at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. She got to be up there if this nigga done pooped on herself, hurt herself. She gonna get up before daddy get up. That's just by nature. This ain't just cause that's just our way. Shoot, the daddy the mama gonna get up before daddy do. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest with y'all though. I'm just being honest with y'all. It's not gonna be what y'all think it is, and a lot of y'all gonna be so disappointed because the image you crafted of what you thought your marriage or relationship was gonna be, it ain't gonna be that. It ain't gonna be that. I know I done told you this before, but I gotta need to tell you that again. And that's where that stuff come in at when some of y'all women go to end up disrespecting your husband and talking slick and talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't be ready for that. You know what I'm saying? I tell my old lady the other day, like, it comes down to it, we get married, we got kids, ain't nobody going to want to care nor hear what I got to do to take care of them. Nobody's going to care. Ain't nobody going to be like, shoot, man, bro, go hard for his kid. They'll tell you that, but at the end of the day, that's what you're supposed to do. You think a nigga be like, shoot. You know what I'm saying? You think anybody going to care? You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody going to care. Ain't nobody be like, man, my body hurt. I'm tired. I can't do this. I ain't got time to do that. Nobody wants to hear it. Because, see, I would tell her this here because how men go. A man can't go to another man and tell him, man, boy, I work so hard to take care of my kid. Nigga look at that nigga. What you telling me for, nigga? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's I would tell her this because that's the difference between a man. A woman could go, it's so hard taking care of the house and these kids. And another woman be like, it's your little girl, I feel you. You know what I'm saying? And y'all had a little conversation about it. You know what I'm saying? Man come to another man and be like, boy, I'm working hard for these kids. Nigga, you sound like a hoe right now. You know what I'm saying? That thing just dropped. That's real talk though. I was just telling her this the other day though. She don't realize it.
Yeah, you told me. You told me, you told her.
Yeah, I tell her again.
What you call them though? It's different with dudes. Like dudes, they'll talk about their actual job, like how much hours they work and how much they get paid, and niggas sympathize with that because you know we both out there slaves.
Yeah. That's right now. Now, do I hear the nigga? The only thing niggas sympathize with, boy, these crackers ain't paying me, boy. Boy, I gotta come up. Really, what it comes down to, the difference between a man and a woman when it comes to it is, a man gonna be like, bro, I don't want to hear it. You either come up with a solution about it or stay out my face.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly what it is.
Cause that's how a man work. Cause men just don't want to hear it. A man, like I say, now I know this here because women can come talk to each other and they'll be like, yeah, girl, it is hard. Taking care of these kids in the house, you gotta cook and you clean. And y'all will sit there and be like, yeah. Nigga, man be like, yeah, bro, I'm working 15 hours, man. Then I gotta go do this here, man. And nigga be like, nigga, you sound like a real hoe right now. That's what a nigga, I'm telling y'all women don't know that, but that's what a man gonna say to another man. You sound like a real hoe right now.
You get more respect for not saying that.
Why is you crying?
And like somebody else, like if somebody else tell a nigga what you doing.
Yeah, and then they come here. If a man don't say nothing, and niggas see him doing his thing, and somebody else be like, well, bro, go hard, boy. Such and such, man, we need to go around there and do this here for him, because that nigga doing this, doing that there. That would a man can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Boy, I'm talking about, I done been in situations, boy, down bad. Nigga ain't never know about it, heard about it. Nigga ain't gonna tell you because men don't want to hear it. They be like, shoot, nigga, better hustle harder then.
Pretty much.
You know what I'm saying? That's all the nigga gonna tell you. Go harder then, nigga. Because men don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Nigga don't want to hear it. Like straight up and down, man, I done seen niggas done came up be like, my nigga, I can't come up. And we'll look at him like, because you stupid. You know what I'm saying? You don't get no sympathy. Because you dumb. A nigga don't go ahead and tell him because you dumb, nigga. Every time you call, you go buy 5 bags of weed, nigga. You around here tricking on them hoes. You stupid. Man, you ain't had to tell it to me like that. You shouldn't have said it then. You know what I'm saying? Nigga gonna go ahead and tell you what the link reads so you can go ahead and correct that. Don't come around here telling me that no more, nigga.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because a nigga gonna get, what a nigga would do is turn around and walk off on you.
Straight up. Like, nigga don't want to hear it.
Nigga don't want to hear it, nigga. Because you know why nigga don't want to hear it? Because I got bills, nigga. I got people depending on me, nigga. And I want to hear your crying.
That nigga preacher do.
You know what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all this here because I want y'all women to understand the way a man think versus how y'all think.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because a man don't think like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest with you. Ain't no way in the world a man can go to another man unless it's a real serious issue and talk to him about no plan. Nigga don't want to hear that. Oh, you ain't, man, I ain't making enough money, nigga. What you want me to get another job then, nigga? Nigga, go sell something. Get your butt in the bed. Go sell something. You know what I'm saying? Better do something, nigga. Sell some socks and detergent. Or come up with it, you know what I'm saying? Because you know some niggas come up with a plan and be a little, I done seen my homeboy, man, that nigga struggle for a good little bit. The nigga electrician now though, everything lovely. He had a plan in his head, you know what I'm saying? He wrote it out, you know what I'm saying? It was some pitfalls, it was some bumps. Nigga did bad for a little minute, you know what I'm talking about? But he got the way he wanted, everything lovely now. See, that's what a man be willing to do. You know, okay, this is what I want to do. I might do bad for a little while. You know what I'm talking about? But when I get there, you gonna feel me. Then you know what song you gonna have to say?
What's that? You're
going to have to picture me rolling. Picture me rolling. You know what I'm saying? Because see, that's the difference is, see, men suffer in silence. I just take that. You know what I'm saying? I just take that. Y'all see, you know, if y'all ain't even noticed, that's what the Lord did. He suffered in silence. He didn't complain about it.
Yeah, sure did.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas slapping him upside the head. Ain't nobody slapping you upside your head.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody spitting in your face. You know what I'm talking about? Ain't nobody slap you with no reed. Ain't nobody nail you on no tree.
Yeah.
See, that's our template. See, even before we even knew about the word, that was really our template for that. I'm going to suffer in silence. I'm going to just take that. I know God will reward me later if I just stand. Now we're looking at the word. If I just stand firm, keep on pushing. Hold on. I'm going to show y'all something. Hold on. Look at 1 Corinthians chapter 10. See, I'm going to show y'all something. I'm going to come back to 1 Timothy chapter 2. The Lord had to tell you. Sometimes you just got to tell you stuff. You know what I'm saying? I ain't picking on my old lady. I just was telling her the difference between how a man think and a woman think. Because I know women can sit down and have that conversation with each other. And the woman ain't going to be like, girl, I don't want to hear that. Y'all going to try to sympathize. I feel you, girl. Men don't do that with each other. I feel you, girl. I be chasing after them kids, too. I be tired. Sometimes I don't know how to get my vacuuming in. See, he said, hey, I just got some new living pledge.
Yeah, because if a man come up to me and tell me all the problems, I'm like, shoot, what you trying to do about it? If he ain't got no answer to that question, after that you lose a lot of respect. Nigga don't want to hear that.
Yeah, nigga don't want to hear. If a man come to you like, what you gonna do about it? And then he be like, bro, and the only time a nigga gonna hold their respect is, I don't know, bro, I was thinking, could you help me out? Give me some ideas. Because, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
but if a nigga ain't coming to you, so what you gonna do about it? Man, I don't know, man. That whole nigga, get out my face, nigga. Nigga, cause that's what's gonna come out. That's the first thing gonna click in the nigga mind. You's a whole nigga. You know what I'm saying? Nigga done came to me like, boy, you alright, man, nigga doing bad, but I got something in my mind I'm trying to put together. We gonna see how it work out. You know what I'm saying? I got this over here too. Hey, if it don't work out, we try. I just told my old lady this the other day. You know, last night. You know, a lot of people don't get nowhere because they be scared to try. And the reason why people be scared to try because they scared to fail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't scared to fail. If you fail, you fail. You dust yourself off. You figure out what you did wrong. Come back harder the next time. Or just do something else. Maybe that didn't work for me. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people don't be successful, don't get nothing done because they scared to fail. Because you know why a lot of people scared to fail? Because you scared of what somebody gonna say. Oh, that nigga went to go do this and he wasn't do it. I did more than you did, nigga. You just sat on the sideline and talked about what I failed by. You know what I'm saying? While you was still staying around there working at Crystals, you ain't even tried. At least I can say I put forth an effort. I wasn't successful. So what, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't realize if you look at sports, you're going to fail a lot more times than you're going to succeed. Ain't no basketball player shooting 1,000%. Ain't no baseball player hitting 1,000. Ain't no quarterback got no 100% completion percentage. You know what I'm talking about? And return on every investment that they made. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be failures, man. The failure actually build character and resolve to give you the strength to get up and do something that when you hit success, you will know how to handle it. Y'all don't realize Bill Gates failed a lot before he succeeded. Steve Jobs did too. You know what I'm saying? Puffy did too. Jay-Z did too. All of them did, man. Y'all don't look at that type of stuff because you want success on the first try. Then when you don't get success on the first try, you just quit. I ain't doing it no more. Because y'all be having delusions of grandeur because you want to be rich overnight. Like I was telling you, you were looking at the flipping the house. I told you, yeah, I want to do that when I was a kid. I stepped to my uncle about that. And the first thing he screamed with, that sounded like a get-rich-quick scheme. I ain't said nothing to you about making $1 million in 3 months, nigga. I want long-term money. So guess what that means? I might hit on a couple. I might miss on a couple. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at, I ain't trying to get rich in 6 months. I want to be wealthy, nigga. There's a difference. See, a lot of you niggas want to be rich. You don't want to be wealthy. You know, when you got wealth, you can actually lead something. See, you can tell when a nigga, you know, see, when a nigga get rich, that this nigga got some money. See, a nigga rich, you can tell when a nigga get rich because he just buy stuff. You know what I'm talking about? Go get him some rims, big old chains or something like this. You can tell when a nigga rich. Nigga who wealthy invest. You know what I'm saying? They be like, okay, yeah, I buy me a Lex or a Benz, but that same money I spent on that car, I invested double that into something else to make some more money. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. That's where your mentality got to change at. Like I said, we've been talking about it for a good little while, Lord will. All us starting to make the steps to get to doing what we want to do, which is to be self-sufficient, not work for these people, and we can hire each other. You know what I'm saying? I know you is. Yeah. I know Lank is. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? I was telling my old lady last night, she was like, I don't think I'm good at nothing. Some of y'all probably think the same way. A lot of y'all good at a lot of stuff. You just ain't never tapped your brain to find out what it was because you always had an idea, I only want to do this. And if you weren't able to do the one thing you focused your mind on doing, you never actually spent the time to actually test your skills or do anything else to see if all y'all got a talent in something, good at something. You know what I'm saying? It's just sometimes you got to broaden your experiences and horizons and figure it out. Sometimes you got to step out your little comfort zone. or what you're used to looking at and what you're used to doing, and you've been done stumbled upon something and found out, hey, I'm pretty good at this. I would enjoy this. You know what I'm saying? Because it's understandable. Like I told her last night. I was telling her last night, like, she always wanted to be a nurse. So she had that tunnel, and that's understandable because a lot of times when you're going to be successful, you got to have tunnel vision. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. This is what I wanted to do, so I wasn't focused on doing nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Because my mind was on that. But then when you find out, okay, because it was vaccinations, you know, you make the nurses take all the vaccines. T wasn't with it. I don't blame her. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want nobody to shoot me up with none of that stuff, neither. You know what I'm saying? But then when you find out, sometimes it happens to a lot of people, even people twice or age, when you be focused on something, to doing something, and it don't work out, you kind of be stuck and lost in a rut. Because I don't really know what else to do because my mind was always focused on doing this. This happens to a lot of athletes when they retire from whatever sport they play. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because all they did for their whole life was play football. All I did was play basketball. Now when they usually retire, they in their mid-30s, they still young. Mm-hmm. And I don't know nothing to do with my life because this is all I've ever done. I never thought about doing nothing else. That's why a lot of them end up broke or depressed because they get stuck. They don't know what to do with themselves. You know what I'm talking about? That's why sometimes it's just good. Just look at stuff. Just go read something. You've been in read something that's been on caught your interest. You never thought you'd have been interested in it. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all that this is for everybody. You know, I was telling you this last night. I believe any of y'all got a talent to do something. Just got to figure out what it is. I can't tell you what it is unless I observe it and see it for myself. You know what I'm saying? I can't say, hey, man, your talent is this. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you that. Nigga say, I think you would be good at digging ditches. I ain't never seen this nigga dig a ditch day in his life. You know what I'm saying? I think you would be good at selling stuff. Some of y'all know y'all ain't good at selling nigga nothing. You couldn't sell a nigga a cold vaccine and that nigga had the flu. You still couldn't sell. I don't know if I want to buy that. You know what I'm saying? Because some people got the gift of gab to do it. Some people don't have some people don't like to be told no. So that's why they ain't good at selling. You know what I'm saying? Because that go back to shoot. Well, you sell something, you got to have a lot of niggas. Man, I'm telling you. But I'm going to get with y'all. 1 Corinthians chapter 10. It's like this here, man. Let me show y'all this right here fast. When I went off here, man, we got to get the rolling. He said, moreover, brethren, I would not that you be ignorant how that all our fathers were under the cloud and all passed through the sea. Matter of fact, let me drop down about verse 7. Make it 6. Now these things were our example. Make it 5. But with many of them God was not well pleased, for they were overthrown in the wilderness. Now these things were our examples, to the intent that we should not lust after evil things as they also lusted. Neither be ye idolaters as were some of them, as it is written, the people sat down to eat and drink and rose up to play. Neither let us commit fornication as some of them committed and fell in one day 23,000. Neither let us tempt the Messiah as some of them also tempted and were destroyed of serpents. Neither murmur ye as some of them also murmured and were destroyed of the destroyer. Now all these things happened unto them for ensamples, and they were written for our admonition, upon whom the end of the worlds are come. Now I know it's going to be, come on back to 1 Timothy chapter 2. I know sometimes stuff going to happen. But that murmuring meaning complaining. You know what I'm talking about? You got to remember, the book of Psalms say, I've never seen the righteous begging bread. We've already went through how God take care of them of their own household. So there's no need to complain. You got to be careful when you catch yourself in that. Because, see, there's a difference between you getting something off your chest and complaining. You know what I'm saying? See, the Lord look at complaining because he's a man. He look at complaining the same way men look at it. That's where we get it from innately. I don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear it. Suck it up. You know what I'm saying? Trust, but suck it up. You know what I'm saying? Women mentality looking at stuff is different because that seems so harsh and it seems so uncaring. You know what I'm talking about? But men don't look at it that way. It's real world out here, baby girl. Suck it up. It's real world out here, baby boy. Suck it up. You know what I'm saying? Nigga don't want to hear it. Like I say, because I'm telling y'all, because y'all don't be realizing that male and female interaction is different than male on male interaction and female on female interaction. You know what I'm talking about? It's a lot different. You know what I'm saying? You can bring certain stuff to a woman that you can't bring to a man, and because you're not going to get the same reaction. You're not going to get it. How many of y'all have found that out since you've been alive? That you have not got the same reaction from a man on the same matter that you took to a woman. You know what I'm saying? That's not going to happen. Then y'all end up looking crazy when the man don't give you the reaction the woman got, because y'all so emotionally based and charged and moved. That's how that woman responded to you. When the man responds off logic, I'm telling you, if y'all can sit around and hear men interact with each other and you didn't know, and the men didn't know they were there, and you could hear it uncensored, you would see, well, I better not go to that man with that stuff. Why y'all think sometimes, man, y'all be like, man, why that nigga went off on me when y'all asked me something, and I already be like, you already supposed to know this. You know what I'm talking about? Or certain stuff like that, because a man don't play them type of games. If I already done, you've been showed it and I told you, then you asked me, what clicking the man's mind is either you wasn't paying attention to a single solitary word I was talking about, or you are extremely stupid. Or a combination of both. You know what I'm saying? Because that's kind of offensive. If it's something that's been reiterated over and over and over again, and then you go to that man and ask him about it. You know what I'm saying? You be like, didn't I tell this nigga that yesterday, the day before, 2 times on Tuesday? You know what I'm saying? That gets, it's insulting. And then y'all wonder why he snapped so fast. You know what I'm talking about? Because you supposed to know about it. You know what I'm saying? Women always claim that we mature faster than men. We smarter than men. Dumb as a box of rocks. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't want to admit it. But the garden showed you that. Because all it takes is somebody with some fair speeches and some nice words, they get you. 1 Timothy 2:11, they get you. They get you. Hey, but do what you want to do. I'm trying to help you out. He said, let the women learn in silence with all subjection, but I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. See, Satan didn't get Adam. He got you. So that means y'all got to really be on guard, because y'all will go for anything. You know what I'm saying? Because if it look good to you, like I say, if it's look good to you and you like it and you want to do it, it don't really take much for somebody to say something to you to get you to do it, because you already want to do it anyway. You just need a nigga to give you that nudge. See, a lot of y'all don't have that mind of, like me, if I say no, I ain't doing it. And I wouldn't care how many times you ask me. The answer will not change. See, if somebody bombards some of you women, some of you dudes too, bombard y'all long enough with the same thing over and over again, you'll fold and go ahead and do it. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't got no problem with you. Because most women don't want people to be upset with them. You know what I'm saying? Most of y'all are people pleasers. You don't want people to be angry with you. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. How many of you brothers care if a nigga be mad with you? You care?
Not really. I stopped like I used to.
Hey, just being honest.
I stopped like I got gradually stopped.
Genesis chapter 3 again. I know sometimes brothers be like that too. It don't be like, it might not be as hard as women, but they don't want a nigga to be upset with them, and you gone. I ain't never cared. I ain't doing it. Once I make up my mind I ain't doing it, I ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? You just gonna be mad. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't doing it. Well, I done had a lot of women in my time mad with me. They be like, I know this nigga here. I'm pretty. So what? So what? I ain't doing it. This nigga on asthma or something? Man, verse 13, Genesis chapter 3. That nigga sounded like Darth Vader on the phone. Man, what y'all doing? Good Lord. He said, Yah said unto the woman, what is this that thou hast done? The woman said, the serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. So the woman let me know that I got food. And Yah said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust thou shalt eat all the days of thy life. Why is it mentioning that Satan would go up on his belly? Why did it say that? What y'all think why it say that he would go upon his belly? Well, didn't we just read that those that are deceived, those that bring doctrines contrary, their God is their belly and not the Lord. So their God is Satan. John 8:44. I'll read Romans 16 again. We still holding that. Y'all didn't even see that coming. Y'all didn't even see that funny. He told the serpent to go on his belly. Meaning the serpent was going on his belly. He was going after his carnal desires, his lusts. That's why Paul said, whose God is their belly. Make it 42. Yahshua said unto them, if God were your father, you would love me, for I proceeded forth and came from God. Neither came of myself, but he sent me. Why do you not understand my speech, even because you cannot hear my word? Ye above your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speak a lie, he speak of his own, for he is a liar, and the father of it. So you seen, the woman just said she was beguiled, so you seen that. You seen they died by the lie that he told, but then you see the lust of your father ye will do. See, she said this tree looked good to one's eyes. You know what I'm saying? Her lust was sparked. 1 Timothy 5 and 6. See, some of y'all women, y'all got to sit back and you got to look at that. 1 Timothy 5 and 6. But she that live in pleasure is dead while she live. Y'all keep on around here trying to live in what feel good. You dead while you living. Because guess what happened with Eve? When she did that, wasn't she dead even though she was alive? Wasn't she dead even though she was alive? Okay, that wasn't no rhetorical question. Come on around here to Romans chapter 6 and 16. What is a nigga in the grocery store? I know full well nigga can't be in no grocery store. I know ain't none of you niggas stay on the West Coast. So I know it got to be pitch black. It's 10 o'clock. It say, know ye not that to whom you yield your servants to obey his servants are ye to whom you obey, whether of sin unto death or obedience unto righteousness. So you got to sit back and look at it. Is Satan your God? Are you going on your belly? Are you going about cursed because you go on your belly, right? Because he say cursed, you cursed, and you going to live your life on your belly. So when we look at Romans chapter 8 now, in verse 5, for they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. For to be carnally minded is death. You go about on your belly if you want. But to be spiritually minded is life and peace. But the carnal mind is enmity against God, for it is not subject to the law of God, neither indeed can be. Romans 16. Did that make sense for any of y'all about how you your own belly and by good words? Because he went about on his belly. Fleshly desire. He was carnal. You know what I'm saying? He was tying in and trying to tap into this woman's carnal nature to get her to do something that he knows she wasn't supposed to do by playing to your lusts. You know what I'm talking about? See, that's how some of y'all get got, because you play to your lust, or people play to your lust. That's why you can't progress in the word. That's why certain things you don't get up and do, because you always worrying about this, that, that, and the other. That's why you're not having no spiritual maturity or no growth in your walk with the Lord and what you're doing, because you steady going about on your belly. Have y'all ever lied on your belly and tried to do the worm and stuff? You can't get that far as you can if you get up and walk on your feet, can you? Ain't but so far you can go when you're on your belly. And you don't see the military people that do that crawl on their belly. You can't but go but so far. You can't move but so fast. And you ain't got enough sense just to get up and walk. And you know the word part is, them niggas say that the white man. Now how that the white man? Because we know it said that serpent was cursed, right? Hold on. Let me show you something in Matthew chapter 25. So if he cursed, that means he damned, right? Because they say that the white man. They say that the white man. Matthew 25 and 41. They said that the white man. They said that serpent in the garden with the white man. That's what they say now. I ain't say it. That's what they say. He say, then he shall say unto them, also unto them on the left hand, depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels. So if those who go into the everlasting fire cursed, what would that make Satan and his angels then? What would that make them? If the people going in the fire are cursed and it was prepared for the devil and his angels, then what would that make the devil then? This ain't that hard of a question. That would make him curse too, now wouldn't it? Why would he be cursed? Because cursed is him who obey not the words of this covenant. See, Satan don't obey the word. You know what I'm talking about? So therefore, how he gonna get in? Because he going about on his belly. He carnal. He try to get you to go after the things you lust after. That's why he say he go to and fro in the earth, seeking whom he can devour. When you look when Satan come, what's the only things he come with? Carnal things. He don't never come with nothing spiritual. He ain't never coming with nothing. He can't. He said he don't abide in the truth. So when Satan come, he coming with the things that tempt your lust, the things you desire, the things you like, the things you want. And y'all so dumb, y'all don't even sit back. Y'all can't even tell the difference. That's why Paul said we not ignorant of his devices. Satan coming carnal. God coming spiritual. That's what Eve supposed to recognize. He was tying to your lust. God was talking to your spirit. He was talking to your lust. What did she go after? You know what I'm saying? And guess what happened with y'all? God be coming with the spirit. Satan come with the flesh. Y'all do the same thing Eve do. Y'all sound just like Holly Berry on Monster Ball. Make me feel good. Satan ready to do it. He ready to do it. Romans 16. That's how you can deceive the hearts of the simple. When you sitting there and because when you're simple, that didn't mean you're just dumb. You're gullible, you're simple, you're dumb, you're retarded, you'll go for anything. Nigga put you with the banana in the tailpipe, you buy whatever nigga selling. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no discrimination. You know what I'm talking about? That's why niggas say good words and fair speeches. Ain't there's a lot of stuff you can learn. Niggas like this. Sometimes people didn't even realize how much stuff you can learn just in Genesis canon. Just in the first 3 chapters. Show you how not to do so. Verse 19, Romans 16. For your obedience has come abroad unto all men. I am glad therefore in your behalf, but yet I would have you wise unto that which is good and simple concerning evil. See, I will have y'all a lot be more sharper to the wisdom of God instead of being and dumb to what's evil. Instead of just being dumb. And the God of peace shall bruise Satan under your feet shortly. The grace of our Lord Yahshua HaMashiach be with you. Drop down to verse 25. Now to him that is of power to establish you according to my gospel and the preaching of Yahshua the Messiah, according to the revelation of the mystery, which was kept secret since the world began, but is now made manifest, and by the scriptures of the prophets, according to the commandments of the everlasting God, made known to all nations for the obedience of faith. To God only wise be glory through Yahshua HaMashiach forever. Amen. Now, dude was going hard saying, man, because we looked at something, right, and said it was the Lord. I ain't forgot about them angels and them spirits either. We'll look at that too. I want y'all to look at John chapter 3, verse 19. I want y'all to see something. Now, he just said that the revelation of the scriptures of the prophets and the law was speaking of the Son. Y'all all right this evening? Y'all all right? Y'all breathing? Y'all here? Y'all okay? John 3 and 17. Look at that. You know what I'm saying? I got to make sure y'all all right now. You know what I'm saying? You know, I know some of y'all be like, man, we ain't going to look at a lot of verses. Y'all, I know some of y'all done thought it. Don't think that just because I've been dropping it. Niggas still was dropping jewels on you even without that word. Because he was still talking about the word. But the verses going to start slapping you in the mouth in a minute. Better be ready. He say, for God sent not his son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. As we remember, he sent the Lamb not to condemn us, but to save us when we were in Egypt. He that believe on him is not condemned. You notice those that, now, what did he say? He that believe on him is not condemned, right? You remember when you put the blood on the lamb on the doorpost, he said the destroyer will pass by you, right? That means you would not be condemned. But because the Egyptians didn't do it and didn't believe, what happened? The destroyer didn't pass over them. So you see the difference is, we know in Egypt mean bondage. That means them sinners got took out because they didn't believe. They were condemned already. Listen what he say now. But he that believed not is condemned already, because he have not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of God. And this is the condemnation, that light is coming to the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. For everyone that do evil hate the light, neither come to the light lest his deeds should be reproved. But he that do truth come to the light, that his deeds may be manifested. They are wrought in God. Anybody remember what I tell you? That's what that's like. He said they won't come to the light. What else y'all know don't come to the light? Y'all know something that don't come to the light? What happened when y'all, when roaches see the lights come on? They scatter. That's what niggas do when the word comes. They scatter. They scatter. You know, people always be quick talking about, you going to run people away. I remember a girl used to tell me that all the time. You going to run people away. You can't run nobody away who want the word. See, people want the word speak smooth to them. You know what I'm saying? People want people to make them feel comfortable about sinning and doing wrong. You know what that leads? You know what that leads to? A nigga who will never change his life. A nigga who will never be saved. A nigga who will never get off his belly. You know what I'm saying? Continually and constantly and consistently remain carnal. See, y'all got to understand something. It's time to go from being on your belly and that being your God, which means serving your Lord, to standing on your 2 feet and being a man and walking as a man of God upright. You don't see the difference he made Satan go on his belly? Because he ain't upright. He's not blameless. Y'all didn't catch that, did you? Don't the book always talk about being upright? You ain't upright on your belly, are you? Now it makes sense why he would make him get on his belly now, don't it? He cursed him to be on his belly because you're not upright. Lord have mercy. Let's look at Exodus 21. Now, we just read you condemned already because you already know in Deuteronomy 18, he said, whoever don't want to hear the words of the prophet like unto Moses, I will require it of him. You don't want to believe on my son. You already condemned this in the law. Now, I'm going to see if y'all see this that's in the law. What the brother said ain't in the law. He said, this ain't the son. I'm going to see if in the brother know. We right up here in Exodus 21. I'm going to read some of these laws. I'll start at verse 12. I got some stuff in verse 6. I'm going to say that for another day. From 1 through 6. I'm going to say that another day. But we're going to start in verse 12. He that smite a man so that he die, he shall surely be put to death. If a man lay not in wait, but God deliver him into his hand, then I will appoint thee a place whither he shall flee. Y'all remember what that is? What did he just reference? Y'all should know we've looked at it 2 different ways. That's city of refuge. You know what I'm talking about? He say, but if a man come presumptuous, verse 14, presumptuously upon his neighbor, to slay him with guile, thou shalt take him from my altar that he may die. Where we see the fulfillment of this? We see it with Judas. Because he spoke presumptuously to get the Lord betrayed, didn't he? Yahshua was the altar. He would take him from the son. He died. He said, he that smite his father and his mother shall surely be put to death. Guess what? Yahshua is the everlasting father, ain't he? We just looked at it and seen how he your father. They smote her. They surely going to hell. Because he said, let their blood. You heard them? You know what them people said? He said, he that steal a man and sell him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. Did they not steal that man away? Did they not sell him to the Romans? And he that curse his father or his mother shall surely be put to death. Didn't they curse this man? And now y'all know cursing is actually asking the Lord to damn your parents or wishing evil on your parents. I'm going to ask y'all this right now. How many of y'all done said some stuff borderline like that, cursing your parents to their face? Who going to be honest enough to say they did it? Because you know, y'all know, man, you ain't going to live long disrespecting your parents, man. I wouldn't care if your parents ain't in this way or not. You know what I'm saying? How would you be able to win your parents to the way and you disrespecting them? You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta sit back and look at that, man. If you want to win people to the word, because you know anybody if you claim you in their word, you know everybody know. You know black people know one of the laws is honor your father and your mother. Does that mean you got to do anything they tell you against the word? No. But you supposed to sit back and know. And your mama say this here, man, your mama could be saying something crazy. Your daddy could be saying something crazy. That don't mean you disrespect them. Don't mean you get short with it. Some of you niggas ain't got no tact, no skill, no humility, no nothing. Niggas say something you don't like, you niggas explode. You ain't got no finesse game, period. You know what I'm saying? Gotta have a finesse game, man. You gotta know how to finesse people. That's what that mean by being wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. You got some finesse. You know what I'm saying? Just like y'all were getting all rankled up because you heard dude go hard. You got to get rankled up like that there, man. It'd be cool. You got to have some finesse because you could get angry enough the way you could turn somebody off because you already supposed to have enough sense to know ain't no way in the world this man know that that's not acceptable. Or he wouldn't be doing it like that with such veracity. You know what I'm saying? You would have to have enough sense to know he can't know that's wrong. He can't know it. Because he wouldn't keep doing it. You can hear a tone in somebody's voice when you can tell that nigga know it wrong, but I'm going to do this anyway as a means of agitation. You know what I'm talking about? Then you deal with them in a different type. Y'all got to have some skill. I mean, my homeboy told me, he said, well, you could be a diplomat. Then you're supposed to know how to deal with people and move. You do certain stuff, how you keep stuff quelled down. That you can still be stern in a matter and straighten somebody and still keep a matter quelled down the way you can still might pull that person ear the way they can actually hear what you saying. You know what I'm talking about? The way they might consider it instead of just there exploding because I didn't like what you said or like what you did or like your behavior. And you know, you can actually exit a situation without being rude too. You know what I'm talking? Cause I know it'd be hard for some of y'all. Somebody say something you don't like. Sometimes y'all don't realize y'all be wearing your expression on your face. Well, you ain't gotta say nothing. Your face saying it. You know what I'm talking about? You already know. You know Nell was bad with that type of stuff. She done got better. You know what I'm talking about? But she used to be real bad with that, man. My sister be real bad with that. When she used to go off on people, she would keep her mouth closed, but you could see it on her face. She want to cuss a nigga out right now. You know, that come with time and maturity, man. I tell y'all some of this stuff because it just come with time and maturity. And I'll keep telling you over and over again, and you'll think I'll be nitpicking and messing with you, and I ain't, because I did Nell the same way. Every single time. Every time. You know I ain't lying. No, her brother used to irk her and do stuff. She used to get upset. I tell her every time, what you doing that for? Every time. I ain't going to be like, well, I told her last time. I'm going to remind you every time. Because if somebody remind you every time of something you've been so used to doing in a repeated fashion, you'll start to think about it. You know what I'm saying? Then you know what it ends up doing? You start to slow your mind down and you don't react that way. It don't be that like telling you like, you idiot. It's like, why would you let that affect you in that fashion? You know what I'm saying? You already know what this person's going to do. So if you already know what they're going to do and you cause that reaction to come out of you, then in actuality, you gave all your power away to this person because you already knew what they were going to do before they did it. You know what I'm saying? There is no way anybody should anger you or get you upset on any level if you already know what they gonna do before they do it. If you let that happen, you the fool. You know what I'm saying? That go for every one of y'all. If you know your daddy or your mama or your brother or your sister, whoever it is a particular way, and you get in a situation with them and they react the way you know they gonna react, and you call that upset you, you are a fool. You know what I'm talking about? Because you already knew what they were going to do. Man, I got homeboys, man. I know what they're going to do before they do it. I know what they're going to say before they say it. Nigga ain't going to get me mad. Hey, man, that's that nigga. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to start looking at stuff like that. But hold on. We ain't got to what we came for. Let's look at what we came here for. He said, if a man strive together and one smite another with a stone or with his fist and he die not, but keep his bed. But if he rise again and walk abroad upon his staff, then he that shall smote him be quit. Only he shall pay for the loss of his time, and shall cause him to be thoroughly healed. If a man smite his servant or his maid with a rod, and he die under his hand, he shall surely be punished. Notwithstanding, if he continue a day or two, he shall not be punished, for he is his money. How y'all think them last couple verses we just read got to do with the Lord? I know some of y'all seen the post. Well, I asked the brother, did he see that? I didn't go into detail. I just asked him, did he see it? What you brothers and sisters see? What y'all see? I mean, that's easy. But I want y'all to get past that, to get in the simplicity, in the simple part, and look past it. Listen to what he say here in verse 20. If a man smite his servant and his maid with the rod, and he die in his hand, he shall surely be punished. Notwithstanding, if he continue a day or two, he shall not be punished, for he is his money. I want you to look at 1 Peter chapter 1 about verse 17. He said you won't be punished if you get up after a day or two. If he be able to go after a day or two. He said if you smite him, you're going to be punished. He said if he rise, he also said if you strike a man with a stone or with his fist and he don't die but keep his bed, if he rise again and he walk abroad, then he that smote him be quit, he only played for the loss of his time. He shall be thoroughly healed. Then he said if a man smite his servant or his maid with a rod and he die in his hand, he shall surely be punished. But if he continue a day or two, he shall not be punished. Hold on. Matthew 21st. See, he said of his servant. Y'all supposed to remember, it said the elders would serve the younger. Y'all remember that in Genesis 25? The elder served the younger. So, if the elder served the younger, that means the Lord was your servant then. Let's see if they smote him with a rod. Matthew chapter 20, verse 24. Matthew 20, 24. And when the 10 heard it, they were moved with indignation against the two brethren. But Yahshua called them unto him and said, Ye know that the princes of the Gentiles exercise dominion over them, and they that exercise great authority upon them. But it shall not be so among you, but whosoever will be great among you, let him be your minister. And whosoever will be chief among you, let him be your servant. Even as the Son of Man came not to be ministered unto, but to minister, and to give his life a ransom for many. So he said, he that'll be chief among you, right? Let him be your servant, right? 1 Samuel chapter 21. I guess I'm going to work that in for old Troy. Something I showed him out here the other day. 1 Samuel chapter 21, verse 7. He said, he that chief among you, let him be your servant, right? That's what he said, right? Okay. Because somebody asked Brother Troy, he said, Troy, show me what Doeg the Edomite got to do with the Messiah. I don't know what that got to do with the Messiah. I'm going to show you what it got to do with the Messiah. Now, a certain man of the servants of Saul was there that day, detained before Yah. And his name was Doeg, an Edomite, the chiefest of the herdmen that belonged to Saul. Does anybody know what a herdman is? A shepherd. Now, why would it say that Doeg is the chief of all the shepherds, of all the servants that belonged to King Saul? He was the chiefest one. And he was detained. That means he was held back by Yah. Now we looking at Yahshua talking about how he came to make his life a ransom for many. Wouldn't that mean he was detained before Yah too? Let's look at 1 Peter chapter 5. I don't know, maybe we reaching and I'm just trying to make something up to fit my doctrine. That's what they always say, right? You trying to make this fit your doctrine. Ain't that what them niggas like to say? I don't know. Y'all might can tell me, you know, I hear things. 1 Peter 5 and 1. 1 Peter 5 and 1. The elders, which means the shepherds, which are among you, I exhort, who am also an elder, and a witness of the sufferings of the Messiah, and also a partaker of the glory that shall be revealed. If Peter just told you he was an elder, then what was Peter? And if Peter was a pastor, did Peter have a wife? Because you know his brothers say that Peter ain't had no wife. But you go look in Matthew chapter 8, and you see that the Lord healed Peter's mother-in-law, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go and look at that just so y'all know. Matthew chapter 8. I know I done showed y'all that before. I want to make sure y'all know that. Matthew chapter 8, verse 14. And when Yahshua was coming to Peter's house, he saw his wife's mother laid and sick of a fever. And he touched her hand, and the fever left her, and she arose and ministered unto them. So don't let nobody tell y'all Peter ain't had no wife. That's how you know Peter fit that job description. You see how them niggas overlook stuff like that? They just think Peter was an elder because he was old. Don't be stupid now. 1 Peter 5:1. Y'all supposed to know better than that. We in verse 2. Feed the flock of God which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but willingly, not for filthy lucre, but of a ready mind. Neither as being lords over God's heritage, but being ensamples to the flock. And when the chief shepherd shall appear, you shall receive a crown of glory that fade not away. Why? Wasn't Doeg the Edomite a chief shepherd? Wasn't he a chief shepherd? And he was detained before y'all. You know what usually happens when you detain? That means you're held back, or you know they use it in this society. You locked up. You in custody. Well, Doeg was in custody, and he was a servant because he said he was all of Saul's servant. So he was the king's servant, who was the chief shepherd, who was detained before God. We just seen Yahshua say, "He that chiefest among you, let him be your servant." Doeg was the chiefest among and was the servant of the king, who was detained before y'all. And he said, if you smite this servant, he get up a day. If he able to walk a day or two later, ain't nothing gonna happen to you. Let me reread that Exodus 21 just to make sure now, cause baby, I'm crazy. If I were crazy, would you tell me? I don't think none of y'all would tell me. I think y'all call them people on me. They just be knocking at my door talking about we finna bake a act. So in verse 21, that man say, notwithstanding, if he continue a day or two, he shall not be punished, for he is his money, if he smite his servant or his maid with a rod. Matthew 27, let's see if they smited their servant with a rod. (27) 29. And when they platted a crown of thorns, they put it on his head and a reed in his right hand, and they bowed the knee before him and mocked him, saying, "Hail, King of the Jews!" And they spit upon him, and took the reed and smote him on the head. And they mocked, and after that they had mocked him, and they took the robe off him and put on his own raiment and led him away to crucify him. So they hit him with a reed, then they hit him with a rod. Hit him with a rod. So they hit the servant with a rod then, didn't they? What did it say was going to happen to that servant if you hit him with a rod and he died? What was supposed to happen to him? They say you supposed to be punished. They say, but if he get up in a day or two, if he continue a day or two, you ain't going to be punished because he your money. So how would he be your money then? 1 Peter 1:17. Y'all supposed to know. Isaiah 52:3 says, you sold yourself for naught. You shall be redeemed without money. So that means he paid a price. He was your purchase. He your money. That means he your redeemer. He paid for your freedom. Because they say this servant who you slapped was your money. Which means he was your earnings. He was your wages. You can't make nothing without him. Oh man. He said, if you call on the Father, who without respect of persons judge according to every man's work, pass the time of your sojourning here in fear. For as much as ye know that you were not redeemed with corruptible things as silver and gold from the vain behavior received by tradition from your fathers, but with the precious blood of the Messiah, as of a lamb without blemish and without spot, who was foreordained before the foundation of the world, but was made manifest in these last times for you, who by him do believe in God, that raised him up from the dead and gave him glory, that your faith and hope might be in God. Ain't that something? Because he said if he continue a day or two, the Lord continued a day or two. So he said you wouldn't be punished because he your money then. He your money then. He is your redemption. He is the means and the way why you are able to be redeemed and come back to God. So how was he your money again? It was his blood. He said if you hit him with the rod and he don't live, you're going to be punished. You're going to be punished. You know what I'm talking about? So you got to sit back and look at it. Every time you sin against God in any shape, form, or fashion, you no different than the people who took that rod and hit that man in the head with it. You took that rod and you hit your servant. You took that rod and you hit your servant. You took that rod and you hit your servant. Let me read that again. Now, I want y'all to sink that in the brain. I really want y'all to really let that sink into your brain. He said right here in verse 20, if a man smite his servant or his maid with the rod he die in his hand, he shall surely be punished. Notwithstanding, if he continue a day or two, he shall not be punished, for he is his money. So when we come back to Hebrew 10 and 25 then, or 10 and 22, y'all have to realize the gravity and level of what it is when you're disobedient to the word. You're not understanding what you're actually doing. Matter of fact, Hebrews 6 and 6 first. Y'all don't be realizing what y'all be doing. I don't think y'all be realizing what y'all be doing. Y'all be realizing what y'all be doing. You killing them again. You partaking. He said, if they shall fall away, to renew them again unto repentance, seeing they crucify to themselves the Son of God afresh, and put him to an open shame. For the earth was drinking the rain that come oft upon it, bring forth herbs meet for them by whom it is dressed, receive blessing from God. But that which bear thorns and briars is rejected, and is nigh unto cursing, whose end is to be burned. But beloved, we are persuaded better things of you, and things that accompany salvation, though we thus speak. So come on, Hebrews 10 and 26 then. That's why we be trying to persuade you, don't be partakers in the man blood. Because that man say if he continue a day or two, you won't be punished because he is your blood. He's your money. You can't buy your way in the kingdom with nothing else but this man's blood. He ain't taking nothing else. That's the money. I'm going to work it in a second. Give me a second. For if we sin willfully after we receive the knowledge of the truth, there remain no more sacrifice for sin, but a certain fearful looking for of judgment and fiery indignation which shall devour the adversary. He that despised Moses' law died without mercy under 2 or 3 witnesses. Of how much sore punishment suppose ye she shall be thought worthy, who trodden under the foot of the Son of God, and have counted the blood of the covenant wherewith he was sanctified an unkodesh thing, and have done despite the Spirit of grace. You got to know you trod this man underfoot. You beat your servant. You don't think you trod the man underfoot, you beat your servant? Y'all don't think that's trod that man underfoot, you beat your servant? You know what I'm saying? So you just sit back and look at it. You trod this man underfoot when you don't do what he say. You say, I can smite him. He ain't nothing but a slave. He ain't nothing but a servant. Who is he? You have to change your mentality how you look at the man. Because he came to serve you. He was your money. Without his blood, you don't make nothing. You can't make no wages to labor into the kingdom. You ain't never look at it that way, did you? Thank the Lord. You would have had no idea that if we wouldn't have showed it, you'd have had no idea that what we're talking about was. Then what he say now? For we know that the fact that him that hath said, vengeance belong unto me, I will recompense, saith the Lord. And again, the Lord shall judge his people. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God. I don't think none of y'all believe that. That's why you ain't scared. I'm going to be honest. I don't think none of y'all believe that. Romans chapter 6. Romans chapter 6. You have to start looking at this stuff differently than how you've been viewing it. Then you'll sit back and you'll look at your behavior, and it'll be certain things that you just wouldn't do. You know what I'm saying? Romans 6 and 20. For when you were the servants of sin, you were free from righteousness. What fruit had ye in those things? Whereof you are now ashamed, for the end of those things is death, but are now being made free from sin and become servants to God. You have your fruit unto Kodesh, And the end, everlasting life. For the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life through Yahshua HaMashiach, our Lord. So what is that gift of God then? Not just the Spirit, but the blood. But the blood. Romans 3:22. Matter of fact, make it Ephesians 1:7. Make it 5. Make it 4. When was the blood given for a free gift before? When was blood given as a free gift? We've been talking about it. I'm going to tie this back in. I want to tie this back into something we looked at Wednesday. When was in the wilderness? Not in the wilderness, but in Egypt. The Passover lamb. Remember, you put the blood on the doorpost. That was a free gift to get you out of here. That was a free gift to get you out of here. You ain't have to do nothing. Just get the lamb and kill it and put the blood up there. You ain't got to do nothing. I'm take care of the rest. According as he have chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be Kodesh and without blame in him in love, having predestinated us unto the adoption of children by Yahshua HaMashiach to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will, to the praise of the glory of his grace, wherein he hath made us accepted in the beloved, in whom we have redemption through his blood, the forgiveness of sins according to the riches of his grace, wherein he hath abounded toward us in all wisdom and prudence, having made known unto us the mystery of his will, according to the good pleasure which he had purposed in himself. You see how he said that it was the redemption through his blood? It was the blood of the Lamb that redeemed us out of Egypt. Why you think, what the key thing he kept saying? I'm Yah your God, which redeemed you out of the house of bondmen. How did he redeem you out of the house of bondmen? But with the blood of the Passover lamb. You notice that he's got us keep referring to the Passover lamb as we keep approaching the Pentecost. There's a reason for that. Now remember, what did we just look at the other day? What did we just look at Wednesday? That's the same color of blood. We didn't read about the red heifer, but we read about the robe. The scarlet robe. You know what I'm saying? Now let's go. I'm glad you mentioned the red heifer. Now we're going to swing back around there to it. To Numbers chapter 19 and verse 1. Because what this blood is supposed to be doing is purifying you and cleansing you from this iniquity. Because this is your money. Because he continued a day or two, you wouldn't be punished because he your money. This was your redemption to save you and purchase you to be able to get right with God. To make payment with God. Ain't no money came out your pocket. He paid the pocket because he was your servant. Remember, he said, I didn't come to be ministered. The minister, I came to minister. I came to serve. I came to work. You understand what I'm telling you? But they think that's just a statute about an ordinance about a slave. They think that's an ordinance about a slave. And niggas got to kick and scream, you're trying to fit your idol and everything. We trying to be saved, you dummy. Mad at me because you can't see it. Hold on one second. What did I just add for? Numbers 19. I thank the Lord for the word. Y'all all right? And Yah spake unto Moses unto Aaron, saying, This is the ordinance of the law which Yah hath commanded, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, that they may bring thee a red heifer without spot. We already read Yahshua ain't had no spot. Wherein is no blemish. We already read he ain't had no blemish. Upon which never came yoke. So what you think that means, which never came yoke? What y'all think that means when he say a yoke never came on it? Never came under bondage. Never committed sin. You just read. He said when you were the servants of sin, you were free from righteousness. We know Yahshua is the righteousness of Yah. There was never no yoke on him. That's why he told you, take my yoke upon you and learn of me. Take my spirit on, put me on. Be in bondage to me, become my slave. Didn't Paul say he was a prisoner or a slave to the Messiah? He put the yoke of the Messiah on. He turned around telling you, you got to give me a red heifer. Why you think the man had to put the scarlet robe on? He wasn't ever under no bondage of sin. What yoke was he ever under? So y'all got to learn to be able to sit back and know that you need to take that yoke up off of you. You know what I'm saying? That yoke of sin been holding you down for so long. That's why you fall in the same stuff. Or that yoke of the flesh. Because remember, he told them, you from above. I'm from above. You from beneath, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You got to sit back and look at it. He said, I'm from above. You from beneath. You from beneath. That man was never under no yoke of sin. He became that yoke to take that yoke off of us. As we looked at that on Wednesday, right? That he became weak like one of us. Then we look at that Wednesday. I want to make sure now. Y'all nigga quiet. I guess we didn't look at it Wednesday. Verse 3. And you shall give her unto Eleazar the priest, that he may bring her forth without the camp. One shall slay her before his face. Eleazar the priest shall take of her blood with his finger, and sprinkle of her blood directly before the tabernacle of the congregation 7 times. Now how did he sprinkle of the blood before the tabernacle of the congregation 7 times? Don't everybody answer at once now. When he fell down 7 times. Just man falleth 7 times. And one shall burn the heifer in his sight, her skin and her flesh and her blood, with her dung shall he burn. And the priest shall take cedar wood. You hear that? Take cedar wood. You know what a cedar is, right? Y'all know what a cedar wood is, right? That's a tree. I was just keeping it simple. That's a tree. Look what he said now. And hyssop and scarlet, and cast it into the midst of the burning of the heifer. So didn't they give Yahshua some hyssop when he was on the tree? We just read about it John 19 the other day, right? Because you had to take the hyssop to put it on the doorpost when you put the blood up on Passover, right? They put the scarlet robe on. They said cedar wood in the midst of the burning. You know the man was put on through the fire. You know he went through the furnace of affliction. How they miss all that, y'all? Why of all the things the priest would put cedar wood in there? Why would he put a tree in there? 7. Then the priest shall wash his clothes and shall bathe his flesh in water, and afterwards he shall come into the camp, and the priest shall be unclean unto the even. And he that burn her shall wash his clothes in water, and bathe his flesh in water, and shall be unclean to the even. And guess what? Yahshua came, he didn't come back in the camp till he was bathed with the Ruach HaKodesh, and then he came in. And he came in at even when the sun went down, beginning on the first day of the week. We'll let you know he couldn't have got up on no Sabbath, because he still would have been unclean. He didn't get bathed with the water until he received Romans 8 and 9. Let's make it clear. Ain't that something? I guess we reaching again, huh? Reaching for perfection, that's all. Reaching for salvation. Romans 8 and 9 then. But ye are not in the flesh, but in the spirit, if so be that the Spirit of God dwell in you. Now, if any man have not the Spirit of the Messiah, he is none of his. And if the Messiah be in you, the body is dead because of sin, but the Spirit is life because of righteousness. But if the Spirit of him that raised up Yahshua from the dead dwell in you, he that raised up the Messiah from the dead shall also quicken your mortal bodies by his Spirit that dwell in you. So now we see when he's washed, because we already looked at that. Let's look at Titus 3, what we looked at last week. That didn't make sure. Because it just said the Spirit that raised the Messiah from the dead, right? The Spirit rose him, right? He said the Son of Man had life in himself. Let's look at John chapter 5 before we look at Titus 5. Let's just look at that there. I didn't want to be sure. And after that, let's might as well just look at Ephesians 1 and 22. I don't know. I don't have any idea what this got to do with anything. John 5 and 26. For as the Father hath life in himself, so he hath given to the Son to have life in himself, and have given him authority to execute judgment also, because he is the Son of Man. So let's go look at Ephesians 1 and 22. I guess it just came to my mind because I've seen people going back and forth with this. And he just dropped this in my mind. So let's see what Ephesians 1 and 22 say. Let's come back on. Let's make it 20. 20 sounds a little better for me. Make it 19. 18 even better. 17, get it tight. That the God of our Lord Yahshua HaMashiach, the Father of glory, may give unto you the spirit of wisdom and revelation and the knowledge of him, that the eyes of your understanding being enlightened, that you may know what is the hope of his calling and what the riches of the glory of his inheritance in the saints. He is your money. He is your money. Which he wrought in the Messiah when he raised him up from the dead and set him at his own right hand in heavenly places. He continued a day or two after you smote him. So you wouldn't be punished because he's your money. That's mercy. That's salvation he's talking about. Far above all principality and power and might and dominion and every name that is named, not only in this world, but also in that which is to come. And he had put all things under his feet and gave him to be head over all things to the synagogue, which is his body. The fullness of him that fill all in all. That's the Godhead. Everything he is. He is your money. You don't have any access to this unless that servant who you smoke continue the day or two. They think that's just a law about if you hit your slave in the head. So now, it says that, before we continue, Titus chapter 3, verse 5. Because it said that red heifer, you had to wash yourself. That's what it said, right? You had to wash yourself, right? The priest had to wash himself and then come into camp because he was unclean till even, right? I don't have no idea what it could mean. This stuff makes sense to y'all? And this stuff just all over the place, all this stuff tying in together. I don't know. Somebody had to tell me. Titus 3 and 4. Somebody had to tell me. I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a dummy, man. I ain't nobody. I'm just a poor nigga from Duval County. I ain't nothing but a convicted felon. That's all I am. I ain't even got nothing but a high school education. I don't know nothing. He said, but after that, the kindness and love of God, our Savior, toward man appeared, not by works of righteousness which we have done, but according to his mercy he saved us by the washing of regeneration and the renewing of the Ruach HaKodesh, which he shed on us abundantly through Yahshua HaMashiach, our Savior, that being justified by his grace, we should be made heirs according to the hope of eternal life. So hold on. He said by the washing of regeneration. So when the Messiah was in the grave, wouldn't the Spirit come on him be the washing and regeneration? Now, I'm not going to go read it. You can go watch the video yourself talking about change your garments. But you go look in Zechariah chapter 3. He said Joshua got on dirty clothes. Give him a change of clothes. Washing. Washing. You know, we Jews, we real big on washing. Cleaning. Man told you in Zechariah 13 and 1, I opened a fountain for uncleanliness and sin in David. So then we seeing if the Spirit was in the Messiah, that he will wash then. Now he could come into camp, but he couldn't come till even. John 20 and 1. He was unclean till even. So then we already know he can't get up when he can't get up till the Sabbath over. Can't be no the Sabbath in and he get up and he's still unclean, you dummy. Say the first day of the week come. Mary Magdalene early, when it was yet dark, unto the sepulchre, and see the stone taken away from the sepulchre. Then she run and come to Simon Peter and to the other disciple whom Yahshua loved, and saith unto them, they've taken away the Lord out of the sepulchre. We know not where they laid him. So when he got up at evening. The sun done went down. It pitch black. Not the sun going down and the sky still blue. I mean the Sabbath's still in. When that sky pitch black, Sabbath over. Why you say yet dark? It's over now. She couldn't have came out the house if it was still blue in the sky. Sabbath ain't over. I ain't coming out here. Not for this. But when that Sabbath was over, now I'm going to go on out there. Guess what? And he gone because he walked. I can come into the camp. If he get up before that, he can't come unto them. Because coming into the camp is to come into where the congregation is, which is his body. So he going to defile his own body? Come on, man. Thank the Lord. You absolutely consecrated. Consecration on his head. Can't defile himself for nobody. Yeah, but they know the law, though. Numbers 19 again. They know the law so well. That make that scarlet robe even more important, don't it? That scarlet robe was showing you this man was the purity of cleansing you from your sins. I'm going to show you it again. We didn't look at it to tie it in. I'm going to show it to you a little bit more in a moment. So we read verse 8 again. We in verse 9. And a man that is clean shall gather up the ashes of the heifer and lay them up without the camp in a clean place. And it shall be kept for the congregation of the children of Israel for a water of separation. But hold on, it said this is a water of separation. Hold on, it is a purification for sin. Hold on. And he that gather the ashes of the heifer shall wash his clothes and be unclean unto the even, and it shall be unto the children of Israel. Hold on. And unto the stranger that sojourn among them for a statute forever. So this red heifer is not only a water of separation and a cleansing for sin for Israel, it's for everybody. Oh, man. Oh, man. So what y'all think that means this is a water of separation? John chapter 14, verse 15. See, this is what I be talking about with y'all. Y'all don't want to be separate. I ain't saying all y'all, but you know who you are. Lord, dashing and crashing your heart as we speak. You know what I'm saying? I'm speaking to everybody that can hear the sound of my voice. Those that's sitting here in front of me, and those of y'all on the other end of this camera, on the other end of this phone, those of y'all that were, whoever it may be, that the Lord allowed to see this video at a time appointed. You don't want to separate from people. You will go to hell. Because that man said this man is a water of separation. If I just showed you the spirit, is compared to water and regeneration. You know that the Ruach HaKodesh means the spirit of separation, the set-apart spirit. That man putting that scarlet robe on was representative of blood, purification of sin, and sanctification. There's no way in the world that you will get this water of separation and you don't want to separate. That will be impossible. It tied right back to what we were looking at Wednesday when he said, don't think that I came to bring peace. I came to bring a sword. I came to separate. Remember the law say, I severed you from amongst other people that you could be mine. But you don't want to be his. That's why you're going to hell. You're not going to hell because I want you to go or because I'm just condemning you. Because remember one person, all I heard was condemnation. You heard condemnation because you were a sinner. And the Lord was condemning you from your behavior, and you didn't have the humility to repent and turn from your behavior, so yet you blame me. Well, while we telling you this is to warn you. If you're going to be saved, you're going to have to separate. There's no way you will receive a spirit that separates and you won't separate. What type of sense does that make? Does that make sense to any of y'all? I want a set-apart spirit, but I won't separate. Yeah, that makes sense. John 14 and 15. If you love me, keep my commandments. And I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter, that he may abide with you forever. Even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it see him not, neither know him, but ye know him, for he dwell in you, and shall be in you. So he just told you this spirit of truth, or this set apart spirit, the world don't know it. It don't know it. John chapter 17. Listen to what the man prayed for. John 17 and 12. Make it 9. Matter of fact, we'll make it 8. Because remember, he told you to mark them that bring doctrines and offenses contrary to what you receive. Said mark them. Same thing he did to Cain. He marked him. John 17 and 8. For I have given unto them the words which thou gave me, and they have received them. And they have known surely that I came out from thee, and they have believed that thou didst send me. I pray for them. I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine. And all mine are thine, and thine are mine, and I am glorified in them. And now I am no more in the world, but these are in the world, and I come to thee, Kodesh, Father. Keep through thy own name those whom thou hast given me, that they may be one as we are. While I was with them in the world, I kept them in thy name. Those that thou gave me I have kept, and none of them is lost, but the son of perdition, that the scripture might be fulfilled. And now I come to thee, and these things I speak in the world, that they might have my joy fulfilled in themselves. I have given them thy word, and the world have hated them, because they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. I pray not that thou should take them out of the world, but thou should keep them from the evil. They are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth. As thou hast sent me into the world, even so have I also sent them into the world. And for their sakes I sanctify myself, that they also might be sanctified through the truth. That man was praying for them, when he prayed for them to be perfect in one, he was praying for them to get the spirit, that they could get that water of separation. That spirit is going to separate you. And if you know you ain't separate, what that mean? That ain't what you after. Spirit can't be what you're after, because you would be separate, don't you think? Romans 1 and 1. Thank the Lord for the word. Ain't that something? Niggas be missing this stuff, don't they? Paul, a servant of Yahshua HaMashiach, called to be an apostle, separated unto the gospel of God, which he had promised. You heard what he said? I'm separated unto the gospel of God. Hold on. Water separation, right? Sunday hit my mind. He said he separated the gospel of God, right? Water separation, right? Genesis chapter 1. Genesis 1 and 3. Genesis chapter 1 and 1. Y'all got to show it to you. We got to show it to you out the law, ain't it? In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, let there be light, and there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness, and God called the light day, and the darkness he called night, and the evening and the morning were the first day. And hold on, and God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And God made the firmament and divided the waters that were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And he called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. Did you hear what he said? He just sat back and said he just took the water. He said the waters that's above it and below it separated. Separated. And he said the waters that was above, He said he called them heaven. Hold on now. So if you know, if he called the waters that were below, that means that would have been on the earth then, didn't it? So let's look at 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and then John chapter 8. See, that's the water of separation then. That means the Ruach HaKodesh separated the spiritual from the carnal, the spiritual from the natural, the heavenly from the earthly. Come on, man. Thank the Lord. He told you he had to make the man he said exceedingly magnificent. That's how I read it. Exceedingly magnificent. Or we'll just put it right here. Magnificent Savior. Wonderful Savior. Outstanding Savior. Great Savior. What type of adjective or superlative you could come up with and put it before Savior and it still wouldn't do it justice? You know what I'm saying? It still wouldn't do it justice. 1 Corinthians 15 and about verse 46. Make it 45. I'm talking about, y'all done sit back and look at it now. We talking about being cleansed from sin. We talking about how a servant is your money if he continue a day or two. And then we dealing with separation. And all this going back to the grace of gift of God Eve could have had hold to if she wouldn't have let nobody subvert her from the gospel. And all this got to do is, y'all don't need to be letting people subvert you. Y'all think it'd be simple stuff. Oh, you can throw that weave in your head. It ain't no big deal. You can throw that makeup on your face. Ain't no big deal. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, while it's in my mind, I mentioned that there, so in case none of you women, if I ain't never mentioned it. You women know that y'all ain't got no business wearing no open-toe shoes whatsoever. None. Period. No type, no kind, no how, no way, not ever. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it. Just don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Just don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already been told, hey man, need to have slips on. You know what I'm saying? If your dress is too tight, time to buy some new ones. That's all I can tell you. And I'll say it again. We don't need to see no what? No side boob, no top boob, no bottom boob, no titty split, no none of that. If your titties out, need to buy a different outfit, put a cardigan on, put a sweater, need to do something. Nigga don't need to see your titties. You don't need to be going outside, arms all out. If you're going to be modest and discreet, be that. You already know, no nail polish, no toe polish, you know what I'm saying? No, none of that type of stuff. Y'all get caught up on all that stuff and you so filthy on the inside. Who is you trying to be cute for? You trying to be cute for sinners? That say a lot about y'all. Or you feel unattractive without all that stuff. Then you need to look at yourself, because your self-esteem and your self-worth and your self-issue ain't right. If you think some makeup and some shoes and an outfit gonna validate you or somebody telling you you look good, you're not right and comfortable with yourself. You need to look at yourself. You know what I'm saying? I might sound hard. See, that's like I told you, see, that's the difference between a man and a woman. See, a woman sugarcoat it down. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, you need to look at yourself. You got issues with yourself. You need to learn how to love and be confident with yourself. If you don't know you beautiful without that stuff, you ain't never going to know it. If you need somebody to tell you how pretty you are and how nice you look, to validate yourself, you got some problems. Now, don't get me wrong. I know every woman loves somebody to tell them how they look nice and that they pretty. You know what I'm saying? I understand that. But if you get validation from that or you need that, you have a serious, serious problem. You know what I'm saying? And that shows how carnal you are. Because a spiritual woman would not care about all that. When the book tell you, favor is deceitful and beauty is vain, that stuff worthless. God don't care nothing about it. That's why he don't want y'all to be fooled up with it. He told you if you fear me, then you'll be praised. That's what he wants your mind focused on. Why don't you fear me? Why don't you want the honor that come from me? Why don't you want me to tell you you beautiful? Because you walk in my word and you do what I say. You want old nasty horn dog nigga to tell it to you. You want a nigga who don't want nothing but your poutine pie. You want him to tell it to you. We trying to help you out. But you can do what you want to do. 15:45, 1 Corinthians. And so it was written, the first man, Adam, was made a living soul, The last Adam was made a quickening spirit. Howbeit, that was not first which is spiritual, but that which is natural. And afterwards that which is natural, which is spiritual, pardon me. The first man is of the earth, earthy. The second man is the Lord from heaven. As is the earthy, such are they also that are earthy. And as is the heavenly, such are they also that are heavenly. We have borne the image of the earthy. We shall also bear the image of the heavenly. I bet y'all didn't notice that when you're looking at Genesis chapter 1, that he said he separated the waters that were below first. That were under the firmament from those that were above. You notice that he mentioned that he separated the carnal from the spiritual first. So he had to separate the sun from us first. Showing you how the first Adam was going to be earthly, but the second one would be heavenly. Y'all didn't notice that, did you? That's showing us that we have borne the image of the earthly so we can come back and born the image of the heavenly. We were those waters that were under the firmament. Now we've been separated so we can become those waters that were above the firmament. As we were looking at Wednesday, set your affections on things that are in heaven. The things that are above where the Messiah sit at the right hand of God. We need to be more heavenly minded, have a more spiritual mind so we can attain the riches that this man worked. Because this man's our money. He did all this work to pay our way in. I'll show you that in a moment in Psalms 49. But let's look at John chapter 8. Y'all all right? Everybody all right? You know, we at 11 o'clock. You know, we started a little late. It's all right. We ain't got nothing to do. Y'all niggas ain't got nothing to do till Sunday night. Eight. John chapter 8. Let's see what verse we want here. Verse 23. Y'all do know that y'all ain't got nothing to do. I hold you niggas hostage. Let's say I hold you hostage. What'd you say, Golden? He said, it's just a peanut butter. Lord have mercy. It had too much, but you better have something to go on top of it. Your whole gonna have lockjaw. It say John 8:23. And he said unto them, you are from beneath, you the waters below the firmament. I am from above. I'm the waters above the firmament. Ye are of this world, I'm not of this world. I said therefore unto you, that you shall die in your sins, for if you believe not that I am he, you shall die in your sins. Then they said unto them, who art thou? And Yahshua said unto them, even the same that I said unto you from the beginning. He said, I'm the same what you read in Genesis, nigga. Ain't it though? Pray the Lord. I have many things to say and to judge of you, but he that sent me is true. And I speak to the world those things which I have heard of him. They understood not that he spake to them of the Father. Then said Yahshua unto them, when you have lifted up the Son of Man, ye shall know that I am he. Ain't this funny? Sit back and look at it, right? I want to be able to sit back and y'all can catch it because something come to my mind. I thank the Lord for the work. Y'all wouldn't even have believed he giving me all this stuff right now. Y'all wouldn't even believe that one. You know what I'm saying? So let's sit back and look at it now. He said, even when you have lifted up the Son of Man, then you shall know that I am he, and that I do nothing of myself, but as my Father hath taught me, I speak these things. And he that sent me is with me. The Father hath not left me alone, for I do always those things that please him. Now we can sat back and look at that he said that he took the waters under the firmament and separated them from the waters that was above the firmament, and he called that heaven. Obviously, I'm not going to get to them angels today. Maybe, Lord, we'll get it in later on this afternoon. Can't tell you when. Lord didn't take me in that direction. Because if I tried to tack it on here, it would have absolutely nothing to do with what we were talking about. Now, what y'all think that mean now?